What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video. At this point in time of the video, next gen is currently out for Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. Guys have been live streaming and grinding on the new console, the next generation console, and it's looking pretty good in my perspective. Today's gameplay is rec gameplay. This is current gen, but this is the first time the Lethal team has actually gotten together to play as a full team. As you can see, we're going up against a Metta team. Very high level competition players. You can tell by the way some of them grind. My team don't really grind like that, but you can pretty much tell they're a team and that they knew what the hell they was doing. They had pretty much the Metta lineup, 2 glass cleaner finisher, and everybody else is a playmaking shot creator. Come next gen, I'm hearing that the playmaking shot creators will now be like 2-way threats. So if that's your build for current gen, you just pretty much gonna be the same thing with a lot better defense and the ability to get contact dunks. That's what it looks like. Alright, so this is a team. I'm back on my facilitating finisher or 2-way point forward, whichever one you prefer. And I'm surrounded by all sharks. That's the way I like it. I play pretty much point guard and center for my team, and that's just a luxury of the skill and IQ that I have. Not to mention my teammates are just dogs. Like, they knock everything down, they play stellar defense, they make it easy for me to be me. I can't just play with anybody, so I'm very appreciative of them. Going up in this game, I ain't gonna actually play the full game. It's about 10 to 15 minutes long of gameplay. But I was just very pleased with how we looked as a unit. I know it was going to be a struggle to play against these people, but I was very happy with the way my team just all came together. They allowed me to pass and move the ball, find open shooters. And like I said, they did a pretty good job defensively. Alright, for the other team, number 17, whoever you are, you should be getting paid, man. I had Dynasty Gordon in this game, and I ain't gonna lie, he had a pretty one hell of a game. So as you can kind of tell between the two teams, there's two contrasting styles, right? My team is more 5-out, space the floor to have better driving lanes and kick out threes. That's what my team is designed to do. While most other teams is designed to play pick and roll. And the way this particular team is set up, they can play pick and roll on either side. Because they have 2 glass cleaner finishers, which means you can play high-low with the bigs, you can get a lot of live passes out, and then you can take advantage of one-on-one using a screen to isolate and score. Every strategy is just that. It's a strategy. I never really trip on what somebody is using to win at the game. If you're good, you're good. As the first quarter kind of wraps up here, I was very surprised that for us to have not played as a full team until this point. I was very surprised that we actually responded in cohesion to adversity. Because to be honest, the way my team was built right now, these are not the builds we're going to have on next gen. Probably besides me and RDH Hawk, but everybody else is pretty much going to have a different build. We got to do a much better job of getting rebounds and just playing one-on-one defense. I'm the first person to tell you I hate one-on-one defense. I always want to force 24 seconds, so I constantly want to switch and make life hell for the other team. But sometimes you get caught into a situation where that's not the case, and you just have to defend. As you can see, throw an easy lob. They're getting kick out threes. And, they kind of hung around longer than what they should have, just thanks to all the brilliance of number 17. We catch a break right there, one of their guys having to lag out, and at that point I'm thinking to myself, man, this game is over, it ain't gonna be close. But watch number 17, he was giving Dynasty that work. Alright, And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dynasty was yelling at us, talking about we should double team. I feel like you should guard your man. Straight up, like when I'm getting cooked by point guards, because I got a nigga that's way too big, but I actually, for the most part, can stick with him. There should be no excuse for somebody who's smaller and faster and, you know, dedicate their badges to actually stopping somebody one-on-one. You know, I don't complain when I get cooked. I learn from it and I try to lock up the next possession. So for Dynasty, you're great. You're a great help defender, but your own ball skills gotta get better. Alright? You're the best scorer we got on the team and all that good stuff, but you gotta be becoming better one-on-one defender. As you can see at this point of the game, it's just gonna come down to who can get on a run. We went on a nice little run to close the quarter, but that's all it pretty much came down to, who can get on a run. You know, we couldn't stop number 17, which I'm about to show y'all here at these halftime stats. We couldn't stop number 17. And the point guard, he got some points, but he was getting them in transition and, you know, offensive rebounds. You know, which is my matchup. At this point, I'm a player to have, A+ teammate grade, 13 assists. I always, like Isaac, I always have a high number of assists. As you can see right here, the point guard, he's 3 for 3. Most of those coming out on fast break or kick out. But the shooting guard, 18.6 for 8. So I want y'all to remember that the shooting guard has 18 points at halftime. The adjustment we're going to make the second half, we're going to run some 2-3 zone. Right now the shooting threes is about even. Everything is pretty much about even, but we just went on a nice run to end the quarter and we just got to keep it going. So starting off the second half, I was waiting for Dynasty to go on his back door. He eventually cuts. We get an easy bucket. Right here, this is pretty much our weakness all game. The center could just go up even over the contest, even though that's what I wanted, but he could just kind of go up and get a bucket every time down the court. Right here, I maneuver through traffic. I get an easy dunk. I'm very curious. In next gen, I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this question, but in next gen, when you create your player, does everybody have like the same attribute chart starting out, and then once you go into move it around, that's when you change it? Or is there like a thing where you kind of pick a primary and a secondary archetype and then create that character? If you know the answer to that question, please let me know in the comments section, because that will greatly determine how I build my player. I still want to build a 6'9", 240 guy, but you know, I might have to build him a certain way if it doesn't go by archetypes this year. You know, I know they don't tell you what you are until the end of it, and I kind of seen examples of how people are building players, but it looks to me everybody kind of like makes their height, weight, and wingspan first, so everybody's set with the same amount of stats going in, and then they just change it based off what they want. You know, because if that's the case, I already know my ball handling gonna be low, and my pass accuracy, it's gonna be decent, but it ain't gonna be where I want it to be in the 90s. The only exciting thing I'm really excited for is that I will have the ability to have contact dunks on my character at 6'9", which is a major improvement from years past, because I have not had contact dunks unless I was like a slasher or a point guard. So as you see in the fourth quarter, the black team, they're kind of going on a run of their own, but down the stretch, we're going to eventually just edge them out. Number 17 was getting clamped up in the 2-3 zone, right? He had 18 points the first half. I believe he only had like 3 points the second half, which is a great job by us. Right there, we ran swim and didn't get it to go. And then the computer is going to come up with a bucket. And like we kind of went on a nice little run down the stretch, and then they just kind of came on very, very late. You know, they didn't start applying pressure too much later. You see number 17, he just could not hit it, but their center got the offensive board. They cut it down to 7. You know, he's gonna knock down his free throws, so they're gonna cut it down to 6. And you know, we just gotta hold on to the end of the game, which we will. And this was just our first game playing together as a team. You know, we ain't really, grinded like that or played together until now, which is sad because next gen is on the way. But at the same time, I didn't even plan on getting current gen, so they didn't even expect me to play. I'm just glad that we looked like something before going into next gen, because if not, people would have made all different crazy builds, and our team would have looked bad. You know, this is the truth. Our team would have just looked terrible. Right here, Dynasty happens to lag out right at the end, but it didn't matter. In the end, we just had too much firepower. I'm going to end up with 20 assists. Well, here goes 21. I'm going to end up with, 20-something assists, 12.7 boards. And ever since I've been back on my main guy, I've been getting close to a triple-double almost every game we done played. So, I'm very happy to see that. I look to continue that into next gen. And I hope my teammates can create a build off rip that's going to help them in next gen. The big thing for me, make sure that you make your players as small forward so that I can be the point guard. That's all I care about. If you make them as shooting guard and you make them all short, I'm not going to be at the 1. Make sure I'm at the 1, so when we start team games, I can be the one making all the adjustments. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. Let's go out there and get this next gen console. And let's get to work. You know, we start off from Rookieville. Let's hit Legend. We ain't got nothing better to do. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been fun. As you see, the shooting guard, he ended up with 21, so he had 3 points the rest of the way. Great defense. It's been lethal. I'm out.